Good day, good evening, good afternoon, good morning from wherever you are watching us from. Today we'll be reviewing a vehicle that has got very rich history. Actually, we'll be looking at a vehicle that formed the very foundation for mid-sized SUVs, not just for this particular brand, but for all other brands globally. We'll be looking at no other car rather than the Toyota RAV4. This is the fourth generation Toyota RAV4, which was manufactured between the year 2013 to 2018. The vehicle has got very rich history, especially now that it is a transitionary car, moving from the one that had got a tire at the rear to a more luxurious brand that carries very little baggage, practical, and also, as its name suggests, recreational active motor vehicle. This is the Toyota RAV4. On the outwards, you'll find it has got 18-inch alloy rims, which are standard for this particular motor vehicle, but in some cases you'll notice that they scaled up the shoe size to 18 inches. The front, it has got these nice fancy headlamps, which are actually unique to this car. They were inspired by the look of the Sparrow. That is the LED. The front, that is the front grille, of course, looks very nice and sassy. Of course, there's got the aluminium thumb guard at the rear, just to give you extra terrible terrain protection, to protect the vehicle in case you're doing terrible terrain, as the vehicle itself suggests. The finishing is good. The finishing of the car is fairly nice. The fog lights, of course, are present. The front grille is ventilated, has got significant vents just to ensure there is better air intake and circulation in the engine area, which is very important for cooling and general fuel economy in the motor vehicle. Some options have got the roof rails, but most do not have. It's a big bodied car, of course, and the rear has got a shark fin, and of course the rear spoiler to reduce drag and engine noise. Of course, the boot is inside. In the higher trim levels, the boot is powered, but in this particular one, the boot is not powered. Fast forward, the vehicle is nice and clean and quite sassy, with very neat interiors. In the interior, of course, it's got driving assistance, a very busy steering. The cockpit area is also quite busy and organized. This is more of a transitionary motor vehicle, as it witnessed an entire overhaul of the interior just to make it more bold, of course, more spacious, and also practical for a utilitarian driver. Downhill assist, of course, lane assist technologies, those are standard. Eco mode and sport mode, of course, and the USB charging, and also the cigarette light for the occupants. It had got one cup holder, definitely plenty of space in the interior. And also at the front, really nice and sassy. Of course, for taller drivers, it would have been a slight of a challenge, especially now that the headroom is a bit squeezed. That is the vehicle. That is the general look of the motor vehicle. The rear seats are also quite compact. The rear seats are quite spacious, especially for the rear passengers. It comes with 5 seats, plenty of space. The front seats are manual, so you can literally roll them forward in the event you need extra room. The drop down, of course, accommodates 2 passengers. The rear seats are also adjustable and foldable in the event you want to carry around a RAM. Well, it's a good vehicle in event in case you move around and you are gifted. You cannot refuse the gift, because you could always fold the rear seats to get extra room. Very nice, very nice and classy and sassy. Something to also note, the seats come in fabric, very tough fabric, jeans-like. I don't know whether it is denim, but I know someone else has a very fancy name for them. But they are really nice and really tucked in. They are open to abuse, and they won't really tell very easily. So that is the motor vehicle. At the rear, it's got quite some space. If you have your abductees, they'll be some of the most comfortable occupants of the motor vehicle, though they'll not be entertained in any way because we do not have any speakers in the boot. Most of this vehicle, instead of a tire at the rear, they created some room for the tire just underneath the trunk. So there we are. So this is standard for the 4th generation Toyota RAV4. There are some of the options are 2-wheel drive, but most come in 4-wheel drive, especially going by the name of the vehicle, a recreational active motor vehicle. Plenty of features, extra sensors at the front and at the rear, just to ensure you have a better driving experience. That is the vehicle. A very nice finish at the rear. Very nice finish at the rear. That is the vehicle. This is a general appreciation of the motor vehicle. I want us to appreciate the amount of juice that is the car. Give it some juice, man. This is the car. Solid to the core. This is a very nice car. At the front here, this is the vehicle, the general aura of the car. Well, at the front, this vehicle comes with a 2-liter VVTi inline 4-cylinder engine that throws out a clean 165 horsepower and 190 Newton meters of torque. The acceleration is good, very proper, but you'll notice that the vehicle comes with 3 engine options. There's the 2-liter, a 4-cylinder inline with 150 horsepower. Then we have the 2.5-liter 4-cylinder also VVTi with 175 horsepower, and we have the 2.2-liter diesel that coughs out around 170 horsepower with 205 Newton meters of torque. In terms of consumption numbers, the 2-liter engine does around 14 kilometers per liter, which is quite impressive for such a big car. The 2.2-liter diesel does around 18 kilometers per liter, but that is entirely dependent on whether you are heavy-footed or light-footed. But still, you'll notice that the diesel one was not built for the Kenyan market, or rather the Japanese market. These ones, you'd probably get them from the UK market and other markets including Singapore and the US market. Pretty solid car, performs really nicely, the handling is good, it looks really rugged. As you can see, you can tell from the size and the general outlook, the vehicle can be abused pretty extensively, and it won't really show the badges of abuse. In terms of ownership, this vehicle currently locally goes for around 3 million upwards now, depending on the nuances, including the mileage and the general condition of the motor vehicle. Reach out to us, we'll have a discussion regarding this car and any other motor vehicle you desire to own. Karibuni sana.